Zoey is thrown into turmoil when she encounters her ex-lover's fiancé. This unsettling encounter forces her to accept a project in Scotsdale, where she unexpectedly reunites with her former college sweetheart, now engaged. The past resurfaces, stirring up painful emotions and forcing Zoey to confront the what-ifs of their lost love. Will Zoey be able to resist the pull of the past? How will she reconcile her professional ambitions with the demands of single motherhood? And what will happen when the truth about her past finally comes to light?
Evan, is this the beauty Leo was talking about? He asked casually. Don't listen to Leo's nonsense, Evan replied, waving his hand. She's in town because she's the designer of my new restaurant, a new business associate, and hopefully now a friend. Sit down and have a drink with us. Let me introduce you. Coincidentally, she's also a graduate of Arizona University. Her name is Zoey. Blaine said Zoey's name before Evan could, and Zoey smiled uncomfortably. Evan was pleasantly surprised. Wow, so you two already know each other? Blaine smiled a crooked smile. We know each other. Yes. Blaine stared at Zoey for a long moment, but didn't say anything more. Evan gestured for Blaine to sit down. Hey Zoey, since you know this guy, why don't you come with me to his wedding tomorrow? Zoey could feel the color draining from her face. She hadn't expected Evan to ask her such a thing. No, I can't. I'm only here for 3 days, and then I'm heading back to Phoenix. I have a lot of work to do, sorry. She tried to smile at Evan apologetically, but Zoey feared she just looked awkward. Spend another day here. I'm your client. If I say you don't have to work tomorrow, you don't have to work. It should be a fun event. Evan encouraged her hopefully. Don't a woman, Evan. She has other plans, Blaine said somewhat hoarsely. Zoey suddenly stood up and avoided Evan and Blaine's eyes. Excuse me, I have to step out for a moment. Zoey quickly walked out of the room. She looked around for the ladies' room but didn't see it. Another door led into some sort of storage room. Zoey quickly took refuge inside. She didn't care where she was at that moment, as long as it wasn't with Blaine inside that suffocating dining room. Zoey closed the door to the small storage room, which thankfully blocked out all the noise outside. Even with her eyes closed, she could feel stray tears escaping onto her lashes. However, she stubbornly refused to let them fall. Memories of their past suddenly surged through Zoey like a ferocious beast, biting into her chest and making her tears fall uncontrollably. In college, when Zoey had pursued Blaine, she'd had fierce competition in the form of another co-ed named Madison. Madison was just like Blaine, gentle and elegant, beautiful and generous, and, of course, wealthy with the right kind of family. Zoey had been very jealous of Madison. One night in college, her friends had all gone out to a bar to celebrate another friend's birthday. Zoey was there, Blaine was there, and, of course, since Blaine was there, Madison was also there. Madison walked into the room and sat beside Blaine as if that was her rightful place. Their group began to play a variation of the game Truth or Dare, which they had nicknamed Truth or Drink. Instead of a dare, if someone didn't want to answer a question, they had to chug a beer. Unexpectedly, Zoey was chosen to ask the first question of Madison. Truth or drink? Zoey asked Madison indifferently. Truth, Madison replied shyly. Zoey didn't hold back and, smirking, asked her straight out, How many times have you cheated on Blaine? Madison's face instantly paled when she heard Zoey's straightforward question. Let bygones be bygones. Let's not talk about it anymore. I concede. I'll drink, she said. Zoey threw up her hands, telling her, Whatever. Without another word, Madison picked a beer up off the table and tried to chug it. Catching her breath, Madison sputtered an apology. I'm sorry. I'm not used to drinking so much at once. Then, with an apologetic look on her face, Madison picked up her beer again. That's enough. Suddenly, Blaine held Madison's hand. You don't have to drink it, Madison. A silly game is not worth you choking yourself to death. Blaine spoke calmly when he soothed Madison. Zoey felt a sharp pain in her chest. The more he defended Madison, the more unwilling Zoey was to admit defeat. her delicate eyebrows slightly raised as she said to Blaine snidely, "What? You can't bear to part with her?" Blaine didn't answer Zoe's question. Instead, he picked up his beer. "I'll drink for her." Then he started chugging the beer. For a moment, everyone in the room fell silent again. Zoe looked at Blaine, who was so admirably defending Madison, and she was in so much pain that her nose ached and her eyes reddened as Zoe fought back her tears. Suddenly, Zoe stood up and grabbed the beer out of Blaine's hand. "Blaine, what right do you have to drink the beer for her? Who are you to Madison?" She interrogated him sternly. Zoe was infuriated when she felt some of her tears escaping. "You can't bear to let her drink it, can you?" Zoe's tears ran down her cheeks. "But then I am as much of a fool as you are, Blaine, because I'm reluctant to let you drink it for her." Zoe then closed her eyes and chugged down the beer. The beer burned her chest. It hurt so much, but she didn't care. Blaine grabbed the glass out of Zoe's hand and sent it crashing to the floor. "Zoe, stop it. Do you think that just because you love me, I have to like you? To have love, you need two people. If there were 100 steps in love, then even if you took all 99 steps, it still wouldn't be love if I refused to take the last step for you. Do you understand?" He paused as they stared at each other.
Zoe, left reeling from the unexpected encounter and the resurgence of past pain, is now faced with a difficult decision. Does she continue to pursue her professional relationship with Evan, knowing it might bring her closer to Blaine? Or does she cut her losses and run, escaping the ghosts of her past and the lingering hope that might forever remain unfulfilled? Will Zoe be able to move on from her past with Blaine? Will her professional relationship with Evan be affected by this unexpected reunion? Will Zoe ever find true happiness, both in her professional and personal life? Hi, Zoe here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Rekindled Heartache now.